What is good, family, and welcome back to the channel. Please do me a favor and hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and do everything necessary to get this thing thriving, rolling and rolling and rolling. What is up, you guys? I'm very, very excited to be sharing a stream with you on this late night, on this late Sunday night. What is up, team? Go ahead and throw those A's in the chat. If you can hear your boy speak, please do me a favor and throw those A's in the chat if you can hear my voice coming in through to your ears. What is up, my team? Good to see everybody in here, man. Joe H, my bro. What is up, dude? Good to see you here. Good to see you here. And let's take a look at who's already coming in. Smoke screen hitting the first, my bro. What's up, dude? Good to see everybody in here. Daryl, what's up, man? I see T. Alex Candace. What's up? What's up? What's up, US1? How you doing? Yuka Frita, my bro. Good to see you. Coin Fox, my buddy. Love you, dude. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, guys, if you could, make sure to copy that link, share it in your public profile, right? Get some people in here. Try to help a boy out. Not a problem, guys. I really, really appreciate everybody for coming in tonight. I know that it's a little bit of a late one here, but I am very excited to share a couple of things. You know, I actually was going to release an individual video for Finger, but I got on the phone with a friend, and it was a very good conversation. We had a hash some things out that are in our minds, and everything's good, right? So I'm going to bring you right into the charts right now, all right? So please make sure, before we get this thing rolling, before you miss out on any good information, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to hit it again and again so we can get this algorithm finessed, right? So let's go ahead and switch over and take a look at the charts here, right? Here we go. And man, I was telling my master students how excited I was over this, but did we meet our targets for FNGR or what? Did we meet it or what? Oh man, I hate that I have to be so protective and tell you, guys, I'm not saying that it's gonna go there, but I'm saying that there's a big potential, right? So we were speaking of these targets to the upside when we were trading down here at around $3, $3.05, right? And we were talking about a really, a sensational target of 359 to 367. And we ended up getting a top side on the price action here of literally 370 before it retraced and closed the day at $3.63. You guys, that if you were able to capitalize on that play, this was our zone of support here. So let's just say that you took entry right at that 314 and you took the profit at the top end of our run. That was a 16, almost 17% gainer on the day. So congratulations to you for taking on that trade, right? You guys, you got to be careful in the financial markets, especially on the side that's in the small caps and micro caps, right? We got to be really protective on that side. Team is really speculative. A lot of things can happen there, right? But we ended up nailing our targets once again. And I just want to express that I know that the bias that I've been expressing for these for this one has been generally bullish, but it's I'm protective on it as well. It's just there's a lot of things there. We were in this golden pocket, not 618 of the not 382. Usually bouncing off of that 50-cent retracement is a pretty big deal. It usually happens like that. We have some downside targets as a potential area where we can find support, sure. But remember, I know my master students are sitting in here. So remember, use your golden pocket. All right? That's between the not 618 fib and the not 382 fib. Usually that 0.5, the 50% fib retracement works great. All right? Not a problem with that stuff, team. But I just want you to be protective over yourself in the markets because you never know what could happen, okay? Let me get this thing moving here, and we'll get rolling. We're going to observe the broader markets. We're going to observe FNGR. We got GTII. I know that we got a couple of requests coming in there for DJT as well. So I just want to make sure that we can get this chat filled up. So make sure to get the people in here right now before we get the FNGR assets started. And we'll figure out what the top side targets are going to be for this thing. We're going to figure out what retracement targets we're going to have for this. Okay, I'm even thinking of bringing in the options flow. But remember that we spoke of the options flow about a week ago, and I was showing you that there was a huge amount of open interest at this really high target. I think it was around $10. It doesn't mean that we're going to $10. It just means that there is a large amount of open interest on an options contract that has an expiration date that's way out there, with a target that's way out there. So far it's going good. So far it's proving correct, but it's not the end all be all signal. It's just one that we have to consider. Okay, guys, I want you to notice this thing. The game of probabilities is absolutely named the stock market. All right, so we have to play it as such. Buzzman, good evening to you, my brother. I did see your analysis on, I think it was the SPY on the ARCa Lounge, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at that as well and see what's up. Rocky Mountain Gobblers, what is up? Good to see you here. And Frank Main asking us, will finger pop this week? Well, it popped on Friday, so I hope that we can get a continuation. I hope that's what you mean, right? So we're definitely going to take a look at that potential here. And now just to get a quick little recap on GTII, just like we did the finger right now, right? The same way. So it looks like we ended up, bottoming out at the area we spoke about, right? So we talked about coming back down to this zone of about 1584 to 1606. We got that bottom there, and we absolutely continued on the post market to 17 cents. We were talking about this. Remember that we looked at your indicators. We looked at price action against the chop zone here. We were noticing that we were already at the bottom on Thursday, right? So there's a probability of us just facing the support before getting a bounce. We got it, right? It doesn't really get any more simple than that for now, right? GTII, I know that it has its little fights and battles here and there, right? But it's okay. We can still determine what the price action can be until there is either a decline or a pop to be considered, just like we are in finger. So yeah, guys, thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for sharing the live stream with your public profiles. I'm starting to see that we are getting the room filled, so we're going to start FNGR here pretty soon, and we'll move on to GTII. And also, what's up, KYP? Good to see you here. Yes, you know what? We did get 68% of the results asking us for that ticker, so I'll go ahead and blow by them. We'll get all of those things out of the way. So here it is so far, right? I'm just going to add the one that you asked for. So I have FNGR, GTII, DJT, and let me just go ahead and add it here, right? Of course, we can do that. No problem. Those are the ones that most of the public wants. So we'll try our best and get this thing going. All right, so we're going to move this thing to the 5-minute time frame. Just get a little prepared here so that we can observe it just as soon as we get done with GTII and DJT and FNGR. But let's see, Danny, what's up? Saying the weasel goes pop. So yes, actually, you know what? Somebody mentioned at the top. You know what? Smokescreen is saying they report earnings too. And T. Alex said that we might get a date for the finger warrants tomorrow. T. Alex, are you still in the chat? And can you tell me what the warrant targets are? If we have anything, right? If we have any of that information, let me know. What's up, Gunnar? Good to see you here. Guys, for those of you who are new to the chat, please consider hitting that like button and sharing the live stream so that we can share FNGR, GTII, DJT, and ZJYL, their targets before we get to look at the broader markets. So thank you so much, everybody, for coming on by. I love it. I absolutely love it. Okay, so we have ZJYL there, right? We have, I know that we spoke about ELF. We'll take a look at that later, but okay. Yeah, so yeah, we have the FNGR and GTII here. Everything good. Yeah, team, for those of you who are just stepping in, we were just talking about the pop that we had on GTII. We met the targets that we were looking for. And now what's the next step? I guess that's the next thing to figure out. What are we going to do? Are we to continue to the upside? Or are we to pull back? What's all that about, right? So, and that's where I'm going to take you guys in here, right? I love that the chat is getting a little more and more full right now. We'll get this thing rolling in just about a few seconds here and get the targets that we are desired to have. And we are, come on, we deserve this. That we are deserved to have. That's what I meant to say. We deserve to see the targets, ARCa. Give us the targets. Well, I certainly hope they work out, team. I know that I have upper bound targets even still, but usually when we get close to breaking inflection points, that becomes a little bit of a bumpy ride, right? It gets a little frisky up there, right? Volatility and the rate of change starts to kind of get a get a little wiggly up there, right? But it's okay. It's okay. We got to see how sentiment feels behind this. But here's another perspective for you too. FOMO, right? The psychological upside. That's true. That's a very true thing. How and when does that get applied? Well, as we know, usually that FOMO tends to appear when new highs get presented. Which honestly, that makes it a little like, I wish that weren't the case, but it also is the reason why a stock would continue. As soon as you start breaking above critical resistances like on Finger, you'll start to see that buy side pressure really come in. But it gets really wiggly at these tops because that's also when shorts like to enter. They like to enter those tops because that's right when they'll take advantage and they'll hit retail longs on the gut right there. So the retail longs are really going to have to multiply by great numbers in order to really build that six pack on the gut. So when you get punched, it didn't do anything. And we're going to still take the upside whether you like it or not. So that kind of resilience is only built with FOMO. And that's where I'm saying it's a little like, damn, dude, I wish that it weren't the truth, but it's true. And that's the way, team. Entering into levels called gamma positive. As soon as you start breaking those gamma levels, then there could be real signals there for continuation to the upside, just like AMC, just like GME, just like those. When you start going gamma positive, whew, man, then you'll start ramping. You'll start with something called a gamma squeeze. So that thing will start favoring the gamma and the options contracts that are running into the money. Sentiment will drive it to the upside based on that. And guys, come on. So T. Alex is saying right now, Finger exercisable warrants at $7, 2 years. So one warrant per 10 shares. Date to own shares has not been announced. And that is exactly what he's talking about in the beginning of the chat, saying that we may get the warrant dates tomorrow. And the earnings is coming in May. Is it in May? Let's see. Is this correct? Are we getting earnings on May 1st for FNGR? What is that? Yeah, we're just a few days away from that. Okay. All right. So that's the reason why I think that it would be a pretty good reason for us to look at the options chain. So let me see if I can get that going right now. I'm gonna bring up the software that I've been that CoinFox brought in the chairman of Quick Strike into the ARCa Bulls team and spoke to me and the analysts and shared with us some software that is giving us a good edge for the options flow. So that's what I'm going to bring up here, and I'm going to share with you what FNGR is looking like on the options flow. So let me just go ahead and just prep that on my side, and I'm going to switch the screen over here, and we're going to take a look at FNGR on the chain. All right, so let's go ahead and switch over to that screen right now. Here we go. So let me know if you can see that now, team. You should be observing now the other screen. What's up, Susan Michaels? Good to see you there. Oh, you know what, guys? I'm sorry about that. I know that we had a... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and pull up I'm going to pull up the chat here just a sec, okay? Let me see. Yeah. I'm going to put the chat here so that everyone can see it, because that's what we've been doing here, and it seems to have been working for a lot of the for a lot of the viewers. So we're just gonna put it here so that you guys can see it. I'm gonna bring back the software here and close this off, and I'm also gonna zoom in. So just I remember, Candace. I remember. So here we go. Tell me when it looks pretty good. A little less, maybe here. What is that? How does that look? I think I want to make sure that everyone can see it, right? So I think this is a pretty good zoom here. Smoke screen. Take a look at the YouTube. Yes, I will make sure to do that too. Oh, right. Sorry, guys. Here we go. This looks better? Okay. I think I can see it now on your screen, but if I can, maybe we can, I was on the quick screen, not looking, man. Kittredge, hey, buddy. So Kit Kittredge is sharing with us Univest, a top, let's see, GTC anniversary this week. Gee whiz info. Yes, we have a lot coming up, huh? Ooh, my goodness. And, oh, here's one more thing. Isn't William ringing the bell? Is that tomorrow? Is it actually tomorrow? That's incredible. I'm wondering if the price action ended up favoring the upside because of that potential too. But if I know that there are a lot of things going, right? So what time is it's going to be at the Open, right? Oh, that's cool, man. That's really cool. I really like that he's doing that. He's going to have a blast. It's about time we give Uncle Willie a good time, man. He's been having a tough time in the market, so this should be bringing a good smile to his face, man. I love the guy. It's he doesn't mean wrong. He doesn't mean any harm on anyone. That's why I'm telling you, man. If they're talking trash on William, you send them my way. It's like when you're driving or something and you see this person in front of you like 75 years plus or something. They made a mistake and then you're getting all mad. Like, no, man. Like relax. We gotta take care of our elderly. And he's true at heart. He's got a good heart. I can only see if you cast to the TV. I see. Okay. He's going to be ringing at 4 p.m. tomorrow. That's going to be, oh, I see it. Gotcha. EO, what's up? He needs to retire. He needs to take a break, huh? All these people giving him a hard time. All right. So let's go back into the software and let's type in FNGR and see how it's doing. With its open interest. Let's see. Hold on. I also wanted to see where is it that we can find CoinFox. Do you remember by any chance where it is that we can find the what's it called, the max pain? I'm not sure if we were given that from the get-go or how to reach it. Do you by any chance know, or does anyone here know what max pain is for FNGR, so we can just leave it be? And we'll know, right?
I'll look into it in a few minutes. I'm right in the middle of something.
I think smoke screen, buddy. Do you know a way to look for your? Thank you, Coin. Appreciate you, buddy. Do you know of a way to look at your max pain on FNGR with the new software that we have here, or with really anything? You see?
Yeah, it's gonna be on one of those right side panels.
Right. Let's see.
Go to summary, I think.
Summary, and we're at, let me see, news, O-rings, and
somewhere
matches.
in there. Somewhere in that area.
Yeah. Oh, could it be sentiment? Oh, no, not sentiment. Strike.
I'll find it. Give me a minute.
Sorry to interrupt your deal, buddy. I'm very, very sorry, but let's see.
I'm doing a super chat.
I got it right.
I want to finish it before I screw it up.
Oh, check it out. Mark Roach got it. No problem. Mark Roach just said the max pain for FNGR options expiring May 17th, 2024. 27 days is $2.50. Damn. We are way outside of that. $2.50. Man. Okay. So yeah, that's a lot of pain. What's up, ESK? That is a lot. Okay, so let's go to the I want to take a look at the open interest now and see what's going on here. At least let me see the top 25 for now. But really the matrix, actually, you know what? Let's just go to the matrix and just keep it real. We're going to turn on the heat map and see what's up. So let's see. We have, let's see, where's the, oh man. For the 17th of May open interest, calls are leading the way. And there is the biggest call volume or open interest value at 3,097 at $15. Now, if we take a look at, this is for the 17th of May expiry. These are your calls and these are your puts right here. Right? So now if we move on to 16th of August here, take a look at the call open interest on the $8 strikes. These are your strikes right here. Looks like 1,500 at $8. Let me see this. Okay, and oh yeah, we could also do that. Okay, now let's take a look at where anything else is. We have the 17th of January 2025, a little further out, but there's $1,200 at the $15. So far, well, obviously, you know, we're going to get the max open interest on the 17th of May because those are the ones that are being shown here as having the highest number. So yeah, there's about $3,100 at the $15 strike, 17th of May. And this is at the, okay, I see. Perfect. And we closed the market at 358. After hours close was $3.64. That's great. Okay, do I have anything else to take a look at on this? Let's see if we, okay, so yeah, 17th of May, there it is. Definitely giving us that information. It's ridiculous. It's a lot. Let's see by delta, 60 to 70. What the hell? Wow. That is crazy. All right, guys. Yeah, it looks like the call volume here, the call open interest, delta, everything is kind of favoring the upside, which is just amazing. And let's see the edge here. Did I type on edge? Right. Okay, that's a lot of volume here. And this is volume on bid. It hasn't even been filled yet. Okay. Yeah, let's go look at the charts now because FNGR is giving us a pretty, yeah, look at this. 17th of May, let me see with the heat map on. Oh man, the calls, guys, the calls are doing it. Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, let's go take a look at the chart now, team, and see what's up from the other side of things and see how volatility is reacting against momentum. You should be able to see the yeah, yeah, I gotta tell you that EO is 100% right. It is. It's kind of a illiquid. So let's take a look at this. I want to observe here volatility versus momentum. Remember, I observe this as a we may actually, no way. Hold on. I may have a back test for this. Hold on. This is going to be special. Oh man, hold on. I think I do. And it's, yeah, let me type in FNGR now in this chart because for some reason it's on GME, but there we go. Okay, I do have a back test. My goodness in heaven. This is a good deal. All right, let's take a look at this. And I have my data. Yes, good. We have okay, so now what were the conditions? Okay, volatility, contraction. You gotta be joking. It just fired. The signal just fired. But I want, let me see. I want to see if my conditions here were all steady. Hold on. Okay, the signal is 50% fired, and I'll tell you why. you can see on the volatility heat map that volatility is now exiting the 15% of critical contraction. Okay, that's number one. Number one is for volatility to exit 15%. The second condition for this is for the moving average of volatility to be pivoted towards the upside as well. We just got the daily close at let me see, market close was 358, right? And after hours we went to 364. That means that the next day, which is right here, we're gonna, on this kink right here, this may have already shifted to the upside, and the signal is going to be officially fired as of intraday or pre-market, actually. I mean, but really it's going to be intraday, but it's going to be intraday tomorrow. So if that signal has fired with both an upside pivot on the moving average and volatility expansion is above that 15%, you can see this notch here, right there. Then we have a statistical backtest to give us an edge over the targets. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Okay, let's put it to work. Let me get rid of the original targets that we had here, because none of these targets are. All of these targets here were based around the previous backtest. So we're gonna get rid of all this stuff here, right? Because we do not need these targets here, not right now. And we're going to put right now, let's just say that we did fire the signal tomorrow when we're saying, okay, so 20 iterations total historically. Anytime that volatility has expanded from its critical contraction zone to the upside, using as a bias for direction stochastic momentum, 17 of those 20 have been guessed correctly to the upside, giving us an 85% massive probability that we meet an average upside thrust, aka your mean, of 33.40% when the signal fires. It's not fired just yet. I have also calculated the standard deviation from that. We have a 35.12% move to the upside when that signal fires, and I've also calculated the upper bound and lower bounds of your first standard deviation. Right here. So we're looking at a potential 68.52% move based on the firing of the signal. Remember, the signal fires tomorrow. So guys, let's plot these targets. Let's just say that we open up tomorrow at 364, and let's plot them out. Okay, here I'm going to get rid of this because I don't need any of that. This zone here is important. This is just an inflection point. Right, anything beyond $2.87, that's bad news. Okay, but I'm not looking for that right now. I am looking for an upside here. I'm going to plot these targets based on the percentage levels that we have against the after hours close, where I believe that price action may open up tomorrow. So $3.64. We don't know where it's going to open, so we may be slightly off on the targets. Okay, so let me just go ahead and get this thing on a line and choose a little bit of a thinner line. This is where I'm thinking that we may open up. Sorry about that. Now remember, guys, that this system is called the Footprint Model or the Forecast Plus. I teach this to my master's students. Reach out to me, ArcMastersCourse@gmail.com, if you would like to see how this is played, how this is done, how to execute it, and how to play it. All right, so I'm just going to extend that beginner's trading course for 4 to 5 weeks, and I'm going to segue that into the strategies mentorship, which this would be applied into. All right, you guys, so let's plot that now. We have a 33.40% move to the upside based on the firing of the signal. Let's get it in. From this target right here, $3.64. The lower bound would be 33.40. A little hard to control there. That should be okay. About 485. This is going to be your average move. That's your mean. Right? Now, let's go ahead and include the standard deviation upside thrust, 35.12. We're going to mark them all off. We're going to get these targets in line here, and then we're going to see how that's leading into tomorrow. We're going to see if it's upside tomorrow or downside tomorrow, because the signal could still fire. The signal could fire and we could still experience a downside, a deviation, and then it picks up, right? And it continues. We have an average true range of $2.74. EO is telling us, thank you, my brother. Now, let's go up to 35 spot 1-2. Slightly different from the other target that we have, but it's okay. That should be okay. About $4.92. And now, the upper bound of your first standard deviation is taking us to about 68 spot 5-2. Let's plot that in here. What we're going to do is we're going to compare them to the geometrics as well. We want to know if we're going to continue going or we're going to stop first. Okay? So hold off. Let's see. We're going to do, what was it? 68 spot 5-2. There we go. That should be okay. $6.13 at the upper bound of the first standard deviation. All right. Those are ridiculous targets. Let's do this. I know my master students are going to be like, oh, okay, cool. We're going to be able to do that too. Great. This is what I'm going to do. This, if you can't tell, it's kind of a bull flag, right? We have a measured move from bull flags as well. Let's get that measured move first. We're going to use psychology against statistics against geometrics. Okay, we're going to use it all. Discretion against math. Here's the target that we are to face if we use the measured move from a bull flag that's saying 546. Coin Fox, my brother, saying super chat challenge. Our goal tonight is $200 to set it to the YouTube algorithm on fire. Set that YouTube algorithm on fire. In return, our MVP ARCa will dive into any ticker you choose. Let's go, my bro. Thank you so much, dude. I love you, buddy. Thank you for sharing things like that, man. That makes a big difference in my life. But yeah, you guys, let's get this measured move going. So if we're now looking at topside targets right now, just based on the standard deviation move of 493, we combine this. Okay, heads up, just follow me on this. Okay, we combine this 493 to the top side of the measured move of 549 or whatever that was. Let me just diminish the. I'm going to go ahead and make this a little more transparent. There we go. This is now a range for us to look at. Okay. Now, the next zone here we have marked off at $6.14. Let's kind of put that there like this and get rid of this. We don't want that there. All of the other moves that we got, they were all already met, right? We already got all those targets, so we're good. Okay. Now, from here, let's make the geometrics coincide. We're going to take a Fibonacci retracement from the top side of the price action right up here at $3.95 to the lower bound at the inflection bottom. Now let's meet the targets. The average move, $4.85. The standard deviation, 492. The one spot 618 golden mean at $4.82. Confluent. We have confluence. So what do? We bring this down to that one spot 618. There we go. Our range is now we're looking pretty good for this range now. 483 to 549. 50% is around 516. Okay, so let's go ahead and now see what we can do about the continuation of this. Here's the 68% target. It's well within the 2 spot 618 and the 2 spot 272. You guys already know how much I speak about the 272s and the 618s. I often talk about them. Right? Okay. So we're getting huge confluence right now with the targets that are not only psychological, discretionary, right, but also with mathematics. And that's what a trader really looks for. Okay, now let's put a little bit more mathematics into this. We need more confluence though. We want to try to see how far we can take this. Okay, let's move in some moving averages. Okay, so we do have resistance. Yeah, okay, great. Let me go ahead and add anything else that can give us an edge, and then we'll be okay. Oh yeah, we need the EMA 200 just in case. So this is a daily time frame. right? We're already looking at the SMA 200 telling us 412. That's, pretty similar to our 395 range high. So we do have a little bit of resistance there. Now, why would we consider that 414 at all? This is why. If we have a 395 top here, price action would simply move up, retrace from that SMA 200, because guys, know this. This is a little bit of a trick here. Your daily time frame, right? We're on the daily, 1D, against the SMA 200 moving average. This is a determining factor of whether your asset is on a bull cycle or not. When we start getting closures above this SMA 200, especially on the weekly, but we're really looking at dailies here, that's going to be the one thing telling you that, okay, FNGR has now entered a bull cycle. A very simple way to telling you that FNGR is now on a bull cycle and we're ready to go. Closing above that SMA 200 would give you that information. Okay? So, that's the reason why it's so important. We rise to the top. We get that 414 top, we pull back. Oftentimes, we're not going to pull back right to that 394. There is a high probability that we'll pull back to this candle here at around that 367, bounce to the upside, get the SMA 200 bounce again, then your 394. Right? As soon as you're getting enough confirmation or validations of this, then your next move goes. We need to confirm critical breaks. This is your high here, 394. We need to make closures above that in order for us to continue to the upside. And this channel here that I'm saying may be looked at in an hourly chart, maybe looked at in a 4-hour chart, whatever it is, it's just going to be there. And why? Because remember, we're looking at your SMA 200 potentially starting to behave like this. This is essentially what an SMA 200 would do. We restrict, we come back to a bottom support, shake out some of those longs, right? Come back up, resist from that top end of 410 where the SMA 200 is, bounce, contract, right? Converge, bull flag, out. So this is usually how that tends to perform. Senor Pennington giving me a pinche fresa. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate you so much for the dono, my bro. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that, you guys. So the People's J is saying the weekly SMA 200 is at 468, brother. Look at that. Are you kidding me? The People's J already ahead. And we're already observing, 468 to 480, that it's no difference, right? It's already there. Okay. So now that we have the play with moving averages going in line, just like the People's J said, let's take a look at your buy daily resistances. Take a look at your SMA 100 here. Confluence. Let's see the 3-day. Nothing there. Let's go to the 5-day. Here's your 5-day at around 460, but more importantly, your weekly time frame. 468, 469. Very much close to that 1.618, right? Price action, as soon as it starts breaking above this SMA 50, above the SMA 100 buy daily, above the daily SMA 200, validates it. We're continuing. Susan Michaels, thank you so much. You're very welcome. You're very welcome. You guys, thank you. For real, you guys, thank you so much. So let's go and take a look at this cryptic. What's up, buddy? Yeah, you know how that can be how that can be something. Of course. Thank you, brother. Thank you, cryptic. Joe H, my bro, going long on ARCa, dude. Thank you, bro. Thank you guys so much. It means a great deal to me. I promise I'll try my very best for you. Just like I told you at $3 when we went up to 367 on Friday. Right? Anyway, so your weekly time frame, we have that 468 already confluent to your 1.618. We're already observing that target potential. We literally just brought it down to there. Bi-weekly time frame, SMA 100 at 470. Right? And then you can just continue moving on. You'll see the confluence based on time frame. You'll always catch it like that. Right? But now, Now that we know, now that we've observed what the play can be, let me just go ahead and kind of keep this a bit organized here. Put it back on the daily. We're going to keep this organized because I'm saying that there is a chop box that we have to consider. Something like this. This would be a zone of resistance, pullback, and then a consolidation, continuation. Right? So we must get over that 414. It's a big deal. Point Fox, absolutely right. So let's go ahead and take a look at now our continuation on this. Okay. Now that we have the upside targets, are we facing a downside first or a downside? A downside or upside? Upside or downside? What are we getting first? Well, let's take a look at the chart in a more granular level. Let's go to the hourly time frame. Okay. Hourly time frame volatility versus momentum has a huge upside thrust. Take a look at your stochastic momentum, right? It's already getting a little it's getting a little heated up here. So that means that it could face, although it still has an upside, right? It could face resistance soon. That's okay. But if we move on, let me just go further here, right? Here's your 15-minute time frame pulling back, right? Here's your 10-minute time frame pulling back. 5-minute time frame is a little corrective. What that means is that in the immediate short-term time frame, we have a downside that cascades into the 15-minute downside, that cascades into 30-minute downside, and in the hourly also we'll start feeling that downside as well. So we're set to come back to validate a support. Whatever support that is, it's going to be a local one. Okay? So let's go ahead and take a look at this right down here. Right around these targets of about 336, that looks like where you're going to get that pullback to, right? Right around 336. Let me see. It's a range. So 338 to maybe actually 338 to around 324. There could be a pullback here in the immediate short term, okay? 333 at the 50% is also valid. I know I have it a bit tiny here. Sorry, team. Just a sec. Okay, so once we get the hourly to pull back, we're going to use the RSI to see where it's going to pull back to. Take a look at your RSI on the hourly time frame. This is at the SMA 14 is going to land right up in here. That means that your gravitational zone is going to be the support bound. You get this bottom side, then you bounce to the upside. So immediate short-term downside is supported. Okay? So we get a quick little bounce on a 1 to 5 minute, 370, reject 370, come back down, and we're already looking at a few moving averages that are critically important right down here. EMA 30, SMA 10, between the areas of about 324 and 342, confluent to our discretion. Okay, so if we're going to get this downside, if we're going to get this bottom side here, the next thing would be to make sure that we can combat the upside again. Beat this 342, we can see the top side of 360s again. Okay? Let's go ahead and take a look. Let's go ahead and take a look at this bounce here for that continuation to the upside now. Look at now your, let me pull this back just a little bit. And now take a look at the bi-hourly time frame. It has a straight up pivot. The 3 hour has a straight up pivot, and more importantly, we're expanding from contraction. Remember on Thursday, I spoke to you guys about us being in contraction for so long down here. Okay, that contraction usually in multiple time frames leads to an expansion move of both critical upside or downside. Okay, so we're getting that expansion move, and it just so happens that we're choosing the upside. Okay, now going into the 4 hour time frame, out of critical contraction into expansion, we have a massive upside pivot on that 4 hour signal. 6 hour time frame, out of critical contraction with an expansion phase, upside signal in the bullish control zone in gravitation for an upside. 8 hour time frame, what is it? Upside pivot, out of critical contraction, upside. 12 hour time frame, upside pivot, out of critical contraction. Guys, do you see what I'm trying to show you? and you're starting to get the break on the daily time frame, and you're about to get the upside pivot intraday tomorrow, and you're about to get the upside on stochastic momentum in the bullish control zone. I'm not a fan of FNGR, and I'm not a fan of any of these small tickers, but I will tell you this, and I'm being dead honest with this. This is a true signal, and this is a true upside and a true continuation probability of 85%. But remember the downside first. If we experience a downside, then that 15% of 85% will show true very fast. You know what I mean? So remember this. Remember the downside first, 324 to 342. Reclaim the upside of 343 to see the 360s again. And then it is a must to break above the SMA 200 on the daily at 412, 414 to continue to the upside. In other words, what I just gave you here is entry and continuation. JP saying, ARCa, where did you get that brain, bro? Remember, man, I've been a guest speaker in a lot of I've been a speaker for a lot of things, man, invites, right? And that question comes up in some way, shape, or form, right? And that question is usually, it's a terrible concoction, man. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. Remember, dude, remember, man, you know, my son dying, losing 2 jobs, having no money and a brand new house and brand new cars. Like, dude, you have 2 kids and a wife and you're useless. So it forced me to look at things, bro. I'm not happy about how I got there, but I'm very glad that I did, you know? So, you know, it's actually hard to answer that every time, but that's how it goes, team. That's how it goes. It doesn't matter. We're here now, and we could share that knowledge. So please do me a favor, and please make sure to practice proper risk management. Do not bet what you're willing to lose, guys, okay? I know that it's a true signal. I know that I absolutely love it. And in a rating system, you know, I stopped doing the grading of the plays because I don't want to influence a stock of this size up or down. There are a lot of followers here. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you that even with a rating system with FNGR, let's just say that this type of play were happening with maybe Nvidia or maybe AMD or something. Then I would rate this with confirmation on a fundamental releases like a catalyst. When I have 85% probabilities on a statistical backtest with confluence geometrics and confluence on your formation and Sykes, I'm rating this A-. But that's not the case. This is very much a speculative asset, and it's ran a lot by sentiment. So in all reality, I can't go beyond C+. You know, I can't go beyond that. It's very difficult for me to ever consider anything more than that. It's very hard to do that. But know for a fact what I told you is true. Okay, I'm giving it to you as honest as I can, okay? There is room for failure. In fact, there is 15% room for failure. And that 15% can realize at any moment. Okay, but they're not 50-50. Yuka Frita giving it a C++. Cryptic Trader saying FNGR can only be a C+. It loses 2 points. Cause yeah, man, it's tough. It is, man. You know what I mean? Frank. And Cryptic Trader saying as long as we got Willie, we're okay. Yeah, man. Don't mess with Willie. He's a good guy. Right? He means well. Gotta support the guy. All right, team. So that is the analysis here for FNGR. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and put up a poll right now. Would you like for me to put up the should ARCa make a dedicated video for this stats versus discretion. Let's just say discretion. I was going to say upside targets or discretion thesis. A dedicated video, not a live, right? So yes or no? Go ahead and submit. Go ahead and submit your answers now if you would like for me to put a dedicated video on this play as not a live situation. And we'll gauge that sentiment, and I'll go ahead and follow up with it. So Kit Kittredge saying I choose this one and this one only to accumulate and going on 14 months. I won't stop adding till the shorts are decimated. So yeah, I'm holding long. The other ones are all fair game. And I know Kit, you have a great great discretion, and you're a very I gotta say, man, you're one of the more intelligent people that I've come across. Susan saying I'm going night. Thank you, ARCa. You're very welcome, Susan. Thank you for coming on by. And T Alex saying a lot of potential, great fundamentals. Cryptic wants me to charge people for that. honestly, you know, that would be the move. Frank, you got it, buddy. So yeah, you guys just know that I can do this for you. But I also want you to come in, join me with the other 160 master students that I've had. You know what I mean? Those 160 students, I have the majority of them trading with me every day. And a lot of them are getting tapped in the shoulder by me to start displaying this. Like, I want to put it down for you. I want you to start showing it publicly. Yeah, lots. EO, too much for it's psychologically driven half the time, man. It's tough. Very, very tough. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at Buzzman. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. And we're going to look at that SPY. FNGR, Seb, what's up, buddy? Saying all in FNGR, my brother. So heads up on that pullback, right? Get that pullback, reaccumulate. All right, let's give a quick look at GTII. I just had to put this thesis down. It's a lengthy one. All right, but this should be a little faster on this end. Oh, you know, for those of you who already left, this sucks. But yeah, the targets that we had to the upside team of 367, we met them because of the wolf pattern, right? We were. You guys remember when I was like, we should be around, you know, trailing up this. You know, we have the wave 1, 2, 3, 4. We use the 4 as a resistance towards that upside inversely, and you put that trend line against it, right? And that was giving you a top target of around 367, of which we met. So, and you know, the bull flag measured move was not even the reason. The bull flag measured move only led to around a 350. It was barely anything. So, but for those of you who are still here, let me show you the other side of this. So now comparing the back test, we have topside targets leading up to 614. We have 483 to 549. 614 to 549. Okay, 614. Oh man, look at the cup on a 12. This is our 12-hour or daily cup, whichever one it was. These are our top bounds. We were looking at a measured move to 625. Where? 595 to 666, and we have this bottom side here at 592. My goodness. So guess what? Our macro formation, which is usually where I hate this formation in the first place, but our macro formation is also confluent to the statistical targets as well. Come on, man. You're not going to find these answers outside of ARCa Bulls. But I love it, team. I absolutely love it. Senor Pennington saying PPVGO for further upside tomorrow. Played it Friday at Open, and it was a nice move. Pennington, yes. It consolidated the rest of the day after volatility died. Looks like it wants further upside, though. Remind me, we have to look at it. Yes. I'm going to put it here. Hold on. I'm going to try to make my own reminder as well. AVGO, right, brother? Of course. Okay, so guys, here's the thing with GTII, right? For now, sitting a little dormant because of the attention going towards FNGR at the moment. Don't feel like I'm just neglecting it. It's not that. The thing is that we're stuck on a chop range. The chop range, you're at the 50% right now. Any closures above I'm talking about any closures above 1730, maybe an hourly, that will take you to the top resistance. The top resistance level is a higher likely 1833 to 1799 before you pull back again. Okay? The bottom side support, you're looking at 1584 to 1606. The same way. Still the same play. Okay? So if we do get that upside, wait for that hourly closure above 1730, you'll get an 18-cent range. And then we'll come back down. But that's what a GTII tends to do. Right? It finds a new chop range. So now we just have to see where the bottom is on this. Okay, hold off on this right now. FNGR has a lot of attention right now, right? For those of you who are who are potentially playing this, which I don't suggest ever, just know that there is a little bit of stuff going on. Also, you have an inverse head and shoulders here on a 1 hourly time frame. I bet anything that the top end of that formation is the resistance that we just spoke about, with a closure of any hourly candle, right? So let's just take it. Measured move. Right? This is going to be your inverse head and shoulders. Let me get it straight. Let me get it straight. There we go. And here's your top side target. You're just talking about the space of between 18 cents to 1832. You're getting 1842 on this read. And that's the 50% of our overall top at 1895. Okay? So, yeah, just know that this is still in a consolidation phase. We still have some more to observe within price action, and then the rest will happen when it happens. But remember, I'm keeping an eye on this for you. We are observing it together. I will encourage you to join the ARCa Bulls trading team. I'm saying that I will encourage for you to join the ARCa Bulls trading team because we are trading financial assets every day, and I will display to you how to make better decisions as to what assets to play on a daily basis to create your career. Okay, so I'm going to share that link here in the chat. Please join the ARCa Bulls trading team and come on by. Make sure to hit that subscription inside a PC. All right, you guys, don't let this be the one and only play forever. While you wait on your swing plays, you can be making money too, and it doesn't take a lot of money at all, guys. Take it from me. For my house, for my everything that I was overdue in my cars and stuff. I took $80 to $55,000. So it really doesn't take a lot of money if you know how to trade it right. Okay? And I mean that, and I tell you with care. I tell you because I care. I want you to trade it better. Okay, you guys? Let's look at DJT. Let's see. So DJT, we ended up getting, let me see if I have this on the correct chart. I think it may be this one. There we go. Okay. Oh man, nice. So we met the targets too. We got the upside targets on DJT that we were looking for, and we pulled back. Not a problem. We were already observing those potentials anyway. Okay. So if we did get this drastic pullback, that can honestly shift momentum towards the downside. And without looking at indicators or without looking at anything, I can already tell you the support. This moves a certain amount per day, right? So without looking at anything, again, this is your support zone here, right about here, 38.18 to 39.05. Got to validate supports here. Not to mention, validating this bottom side here would mean to validate this top end afterward, right here, at what was it, 39.42. So we get this distribution here, immediate short, bounce to the upside. You'll get the resistance at this wick here, 40.81, pull back, start validating your true support, continuation. This is a good move. Whatever we're doing here is very big because you also have inflection down here. I'm going to show you the area of inflection. You cannot break this zone. Cannot break this area here, 36.35 to 37.42. If you start closing beneath this, it's no good, okay? All right, so get this immediate short-term time frame pullback here, reaccumulate, then we'll have resistances again at the same level that we spoke of, right? If you took the trade, based on our call out, right? We ended up getting a closure of the 38.43. We had two zones of a potential pullback, this one being one and this one being the other. You were able to capitalize on a 15.39% move to the upside. Good stuff. Okay, so yeah, we're going to come back here to validate some supports. Do not close it below this level here, or else we're in trouble. Get that upside bounce. You're looking at some topside targets again into that area, maybe 2 to 3 days down the line. Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. All right, so expect maybe a red day on Monday, right? Maybe by the end of lunchtime NYSE or power hour, we could start seeing that reaccumulation phase enter, and then we're going to come back into these targets here. Okay, so take it as a higher probability move. I'm not observing anything other than price action here and volume. We're getting an uptick on volume. You see it, right? So this usually means that there is continuation. Okay, so heads up on DJT, looking for some more upside targets. As soon as you start breaking that 44.64 to about $44. Yeah, as soon as you start breaking the $44 zone, sure, I can see this thing moving up to maybe 48 to $50. Psychological resistances, no problem. It's up there though, team. It's up there. It's looking okay. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at the next little turd. It's going to be ZJYL. Okay, so let's take a look at your daily time frame here and see what's really up and how are we going to behave against it, right? Let me come back into the chat here. I can't see my team. Here we go, Senor Pennington, I know. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. This is crazy, man. This is I can't believe there's three greens already, right? This is nice. Okay, if we're gonna catch a continuation, man, we almost met the target too, right? Oh, let me look at the 12-hour, but did we get it? Oh, we did, damn it. Come on. All right, good. We got our upside targets. Thank goodness, man. You guys don't know how many times I'm like, man, I hope I got that target. And out of fear, I don't look. I'm being dead honest. Out of fear, I don't look because I'm like, man, I hope they got my targets. I really hope so. I hope. I'm not even going to look because I don't want to even see the amount of hate that's going to come in, right? But thank goodness we did. Thank goodness we did get that top side, right? 410 was your top end. We were talking about that 410 target from 392 closure on Thursday. So we spoke about coming back down, right, to this area here, 380 to 376. We nailed it, right? And then we got the top end just like we were talking about. So if you were able to follow the ARCa Bulls move here, you were able to capitalize on about a 7% move. Distribution to reaccumulation move. Okay, we nailed it again, team. It's great. Thank you. Thank you so much for freaking considering it. All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and just get rid of this line here and see what the continuation probabilities are for this ticker. So for that, I'm going to pull you to a 4-hour time frame. Okay, so the 4-hour time frame seems to be showing some consolidation here, slight upside bias, and also volatility kind of easing, right? Oh, cryptic traders, they know, dude. They know. I'm not a fan of this ticker whatsoever. So what I will show is that there is still a little bit of an upside bias, but not from the immediate short term. Okay, so the immediate short term feels a little hot, right? It's way up there. It feels like it needs to just take a break for now, pull back into some critical zones. So if we are getting still an upside bias, I think that this thing probably reaches on a little bit of a wick to 418, pull back, right? Pull back from that 418 down to the $4 levels. I'm going to say maybe 397 for the immediate short term. Let's just say right about here. 402 to 397 pullback. Going to get rid of this here. Let's mark it off the way we're thinking. Upside ripped resistance at this point here. Distribution 397. There is even a possibility to resist that 402 and even look at this downside here. Okay? But if we don't look at this downside, then your upside targets will lead from this zone here to this resistance level once again. Okay, we're going to need to get over this 424 to about 438 and also the prior 12-hour bar. So let's go ahead and take a look at that prior 12-hour bar. This. We need to close above 410 in order for us to get up to the resistance level of 418. Okay, so yeah, this is what I'm saying, and now is that this is the new play. Just like we did before, we're looking at this downside target here, potentially down to this level, but I maybe it doesn't happen. I would, you have a 12-hour gap here, right? So that this bottom side here feels like the more higher probability one. So you get this bottom side here, and then it looks like we may start making a move. Do not think that this is just going to move on one shot and it's just going to be over at that moment, right? Because in fact, if you're looking at this on a 12-hour time frame, you'll get this pullback, you'll get the top end of 410, then you'll get this bottom side of around 403, 402, maybe even back test to the 50% of around 399, $4, and then get the upside. Okay, so heads up on this play. I do see some continuation to the upside. It's a little hot. It's a little hot for now. Okay. 93. I covered FNGR at the very beginning. So guys, just I want you to, even like how kind of like Cryptic is saying, like, then come back for like real stock, roll back a bit, right? This, what I'm gonna say that it's a pretty good way to look at it. It's a pretty good way because, like, okay, right now, for now, at the time being, while you're experiencing true signals on these on these very highly speculative stocks, get your upsides, right? Get your gains, and then make sure not to give it back to the markets. It's kind of like a casino, really. Like when you're dealing with when you're playing the dealer or on a card game, or where you're on a slot machine. It's psychologically, it plays with your psychology. Psychologically speaking, you get a little bit of a beat here, and then you're gonna want to the machine's gonna want you to miss afterward. So you're gonna give back and give back and give back based on chasing that, that old drug saying where you're chasing the dragon. That it's very much like an addiction. So don't get tied to that. I want you to respect the craft, and I want you to observe how this is traded on a daily basis, but not on stocks like these, right? I can show you how to trade very tiny bits of money to make bigger money on other stocks, ones that are not so psychologically bound here. So for now that you're getting the signals for the upside, sure, pocket your gains, take advantage of the green, right? Put it away, and then come back to whoever it is. What if you find a good Discord by some other guru or whatever, and he shows that he has great consistency? Sure, meet with him, her, whoever it is, and just make sure that the person is an honest person, okay? But whomever it is, just don't put your eggs, guys, I can't tell you what to do, okay? I can't tell you what to do. I'm just going to tell you that if you could, put away your bullets here. As soon as you get your greens on these small cap trades, put them away. Then come back to someone like me or whoever, learn the ropes, trade very little volume, enough for you to burn, not to make a life-changing difference. And I mean life-changing upside or downside. A lot of people have been losing their pensions. A lot of people are losing their college funds for their kids. We can't do that. We can't do that. Our families deserve better, and we deserve better. Okay? So let's trade the markets the right way. Pocket your greens, come back, and then say, ARCa, you know what? I want to look at different. Or say, so-and-so, I want to look at things different. Where do we go? What do we do? How do you think this could be great? So then we'll size down big time until we can gain consistency. And then we gain that consistency, just like guys, I can tell you right now, I have master students in this chat that will not size up until I tell them size up. They are not sizing their positions up because they're not quite ready for it just yet. I'm observing, I'm watching them, I'm mentoring them. So I want them to just size down big time, put in a little bit of green in there, put in a little bit of money just to feel the burn, right? So we'll get this upside, right? We'll get this upside, and you'll be like, oh my goodness, I won. That's great. And then I won again, and then I won again, and these little tiny bits. But then you're gonna start this weird be a weird point where you're going to forget that you won. And then you're going to start noticing that your charting is doing it. Your due diligence, your statistics, your back testing is actually doing it. You're going to enter this area where you're going to forget to enter. And that, my friend, is what I want from my master students and you. I want you to see that point. You're going to enter that point where you're not going to care about the money, because it's not about the money. It's about the craft. You're trading against the pros here. You're trading against big money where they observe this as a puzzle. Guys, I look at this like my Rubik's Cube. I love solving it. And you're going to get there too. You're going to see that you're winning and winning and winning. And then when you lose, you're like, oh man, like, what did I get wrong? So you go back and you revise, or you review your play, and you're like, that's where my mistake was. Let's adjust it again. Let's attenuate the system. And you continue doing it again. You roll into that green again, and then you're going to forget to enter all and all again. And that's when you know that you've fallen in love with the system, just like you did when you were swimming for a living, when you were repairing cars because you're a great mechanic, right? When you were in marching band and you were the number one student because you were a great instrumentalist, or drawing because you learned to put that against your trading. And that's what I take you. That's the path I take you, and that's our journey. Our journey is to pair our love for our craft, like swimming, or like drawing, or like instruments, singing, whatever. We pair that with trading, and then trading becomes that passion to you. And only then it's when you will find true meaning to what it is to trade. Guys, I can thank a lot of people. I thank God, for giving me this ability, but it took a lot. It took a lot. Just like you would, I was telling one of my people here. I know, man, I was one of those nerds, buddy. So I told my buddy, old dad, I told him, you'll get put under a lot of pressure in the financial markets. So much so that it's just like the magma compressed into rock, compressed into further solid materials until the point where it's just so messed up that it comes out a diamond. That's the kind of pressure that I went under. And without you having to go through that, or you already facing that, I want to take you there without it. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. I don't care about like the other traders. They tell you, I'm not going to, you know what? I'm going to keep my secrets to myself. My secrets, the secrets. I can give you away any secret I want. You'll never trade it like me, and I'll never trade it like you. Because you're your individual person. It doesn't matter how one person does it. It's how you do it. Come by. Gain your greens. Find a good community. Find someone who has consistency over the trade, right? And then look into making your profits green. But for now, I'm the only person that I can suggest. ArcMastersCourse at Gmail. Kit Kittredge, I thank you so much, my brother. Thank you for coming on by and sharing your knowledge here with the team, because we all appreciate it, my brother. And CoinFox saying Israel, Iran will probably be front and center after Passover. My goodness, man, that's a really unfortunate thing going out there, man. I my heart goes to the people in those areas, and that's oof. The Real Conquer saying, thank you for all you do, ARCa. Soon I will join the master's class. My brother, thank you so much. I promise. I don't mean for you to come to me. Just go anywhere. My point I tell this to my master students all the time. I don't care that you come back to me as a repeating client. I'm not looking at the repeating client. And it's hurting me as a businessman for this. But I don't care, because I want you to become you. And I want you to become consistent in your own way and never look back to ARCa ever again. Because you got it. You do you, okay? Yes, it hurts me, because you're not going to continue, sharing the $9.99 a month in my Discord, because you're not going to pay for my course. I don't care. I want you to do you. That doesn't matter. The monetary aspect for me, guys, don't worry about that. You'll be good. You'll be good. All right, you guys. So we covered here FNGR. We got the upside targets. We got the upside targets for GTII, short-term upside tomorrow. DJT also expressing a potential red day, maybe green into the middle to end of the day tomorrow. And ZJYL has a little bit of an upside into a pullback, immediate short-term before a reaccumulation into end of day tomorrow leading into Tuesday, if I remember exactly right. Just Mike saying, thank you, ARCa. My brother, thank you. And JP saying, I'm very happy I looked at the class. Taking a long time, but learning slowly. ARCa is the best. Thank you, JP. We're not done, buddy. We're not done. I'm eyeballing you. Okay, you guys. So that's it for the micro caps, for the small caps. So let's go ahead and now enter the plays for the market prep into tomorrow. The ones that we're going to trade in the ARCa Bulls trading team. Let's get our coins ready here and take a look at ticker symbol AVGO and NVIDIA. So let's go ahead and just remember we have NVIDIA loaded up, and let's start off with AVGO real fast, and we'll get done with this and move right along. Let's see what we got, team. Thank you, everybody, for coming on by. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, do everything necessary to get this thing to thrive and survive. Yeah. So Senor Pennington is already sharing with us the schedule for earnings plays, and I'm going to go ahead and share it down here with you, right? So let's take a look at this. And so this is for, okay, the week of the 29th starting tomorrow. Let's see, pre-market, SoFi. Okay, we got Domino's. I can't really read these. It's a little, oh, so after hours we have Paramount, we have Logitech. Okay, so that's going to be your Monday. The ones that were, okay, wow. Tuesday, look at that. Tuesday, we have Lilly, we have PayPal, 3M, McDonald's, Coke. Oh my, okay, Sirius XM. Guys, we have some serious movers on Tuesday pre-market, and then real movers after close. Amazon, AMD. So we have SMCI. Is that super? No, is it? Didn't we already do SMCI? But we have Super Micro coming in on Tuesday after close, if that's true. Wow. Okay, Pinterest. Oh, Tuesday's powerful. Okay, yeah, you know what? Even wow, Wednesday's actually pretty good too. We have CVS, we have Pfizer, PFE, Marriott. Let's see. Okay, we have Etsy coming up after hours on Wednesday. Qualcomm is going to be a big one. Okay, and take a look at this Thursday. Here's the big boys, right? We're starting to move into some big boys here. I know we have. It looks like we have Peloton. Nice on Thursday AM. Wayfair and Cigna. Okay, so now moving into the after hours. Yeah, Apple and Coin. DraftKings coming up. Nice. And Expedia. Okay, we have some. I didn't. Let me see. The market prep. Got it. I was looking at the wrong date. Got you, Coin. Yeah, guys. So we and CBOE. Nice. Okay, so we do have on Hershey. Wow, on Friday. I know a lot of people like Fubo too. We have some things to look at here, team. Okay, yeah. So far, Monday could be a mover. A bigger mover is definitely Tuesday and Thursday. These are your bigger ones. And then that means that your Wednesday is going to be playing AMD and Amazon. And your Friday is going to be playing Apple and Coinbase based on their earnings prior days. Cryptic is saying that he posted his scans. So if we're looking at the scanner here for volume and for move and you know if it's moving, then it's going to be shown here. Thank you, Cryptic Trader, for sharing with us your scanner. And this is what we're looking at right in here. Let me just. I know that I have, there we go. Okay, yeah. So these are the ones to be looking at here, team. What I have noticed is that that the Cryptic Trader's scans are usually pretty dead on when it comes to the bigger movers, right? So notice here that we have Moderna, right, and we spoke about Pfizer. So I would look at Moderna. We spoke about 3M in the AM. McDonald's and Lilly were also spoken of. We definitely looked at Supermicro, SMC, and also Qualcomm. Okay, so we have some big movers here, including number one, of course, is going to be your Apple. You're looking at a big weight against the NASDAQ here, right? You're looking at what? Apple's what, a 2.8 or 3 trillion market cap? I forgot what it was. It's big time, right? So aside from that, AMD, AMGN, healthcare, right? Amazon, we spoke about. Coinbase, we spoke about, sorry. Let's see, Conoco, the Dash, okay. Yeah, Lilly, definitely. McDonald's, yeah, the 3M, Moderna, let's see. And Novo, right? Novo, a mover. Wow. Okay. And NXPI. Okay, good. So we have a pretty good and respectable list that can not only be played in earnings, but can also be played on the following day and even the prior day, because usually these things run up or run down into earnings. It's dependent on the on sentiment, right? So let's take a look and continue on the list here and see what's up with AVGO. Okay, so AVGO, I'm going to pull this thing into the daily time frame. Senor Pennington got a nice play out of this, and he thinks that there is a continuation to the upside. This is a pretty nice support already. Let me look at this on a monthly, actually. Ooh, dude, get out of here. Wait a second. This is looking... Coin, Cryptic, look at this. You guys seen this? This is turning into something pretty big. Broadcom has immediate support at around 1326 to about I'd say 1301. Yeah, and so Kate Kitcher is saying won't have to worry about NVIDIA earnings till May 24th, but it will bump either way on these sector tickers. Completely agreed. SMCI being one of those leaders of the top, right? For the chip. Micro. I'm sorry. What the heck is going on here, man? I'm drawing a blank. It's the semiconductors. We have a good amount of tickers that can show some promise and big declines too. So yeah, at least for NVIDIA being the big dog, we don't have to worry about it until the end of May. Thank goodness for that for now, right? So we may have some clear skies in the immediate short. But I do think that AVGO pulls back to the realm of around 1320. Let me just make it at 1325 down to about 1298 or $1,300. I'm going to draw it in. Yeah. $1,300 just so happens to be your 3-spot 618 retracement. And we have 1 day and 16 hours to close this candle. The monthly candle. I got to tell you this. This is already a green outside bar. It's feeling like it could print a hammer. And if it closes above the prior bar's open and close of 1325, we're looking pretty good. Also, something to keep in mind here. Let me take a look at my algorithm here and see what we have. So this is ABT stats. I coded this so it can give me some critical information. So we have the daily ATR top of 1357. We're running a $47 average true range on this. Okay, so now if we're talking about $47 and I just gave you my bottom side support, 1344, down to $1,300, it's more than feasible. I do think that it's a valid target for us to observe as a potential distribution short term before a reaccumulation. The monthly candle closing in a not bad state. I would really be worried if we didn't have an outside bar here. That would really present a downside. So just hang on to this. Alan, what happened to 241? 241. I'm not sure that I recall what you mean, brother. Are you talking about AVGO? Okay. So let's continue for now, right? Let me pull this to the daily time, or to actually a 4-hour. Let me see how it's behaving. Okay, we're a little hot. This is already suggesting pullback. Let me take it a little more granular here. Yeah, we're talking pullback here. We're a little hot on almost every. We've expanded all the way, and the stochastic momentum indicator took it all the way to the top end. And now we're rejecting, right? The hourly time frame cascading into the bi-hourly with a downside pivot with expansion still to go, but the expansion signal is actually coming down. Alan, yes, 241 was our area of reaccumulation for the upside. I just run a back test on this one, buddy. Take a look at the very beginning of the what is it called? The stream. So I ran a back test on this on a daily time frame. And 20 out of 17 iterations, we're getting an upside signal here. 85% probabilities for an upside. Tomorrow we pull back though. And that's what I want you to go and see at the beginning of the stream. We're going to be pulling back to around, I forgot where it was. I think it may have been somewhere, yeah, maybe 370 to around 324 maybe. Get that pullback. You'll be seeing here some down. I don't remember. Just go and watch it, buddy, and then you'll catch the play, and you'll be able to see how to benefit from this play. I think. Sorry. The pullback was 324 to about 342, I think, before we bounce to the upside, resist at 414, come back to 363, and then bounce. But yeah, the statistics are leading towards a continuation to the upside. I ran the back test, and yeah, we're looking okay. Anyway, so back to AVGO. Let's see what we have as far as the downside here. Remember we're running a $47 a $46 retracement here. So if we are looking at a full ATR, then sure, we may be coming down to that $1,300 level like we talked about. Okay, so if we're gonna get that pop to the upside, make sure not to get too crazy bullish on this, right? Because you'll be playing in between price action that already happened. Okay, in fact, the true play would almost be to break above that 1355 to 54. Alan saying, I keep loading up for the squeeze. You and Kit Kittredge alike, my brother. So if you're looking at a downside here, the true play would honestly be the following day. So if the following day we get a break above that 1355 on Tuesday, right, we support and make that conversion of 1355, then you'll be looking at a continuation into your 1400s. So there is a potential for facing a red day tomorrow. If we start flipping green, that may be towards the end of the day. So if the end of the day comes in at, let's say, power hour or before that, maybe we start reaccumulating there. I honestly am favoring power hour, but I don't think that we'll get it after NYSE lunch. I think honestly it would be power hour. Okay, so yeah, expect a little bit of a red day tomorrow. And reaccumulation maybe into the end of tomorrow into Tuesday, and maybe continuation in Tuesday. So just heads up on this, okay? Now let's move on to NVIDIA and see what the deal is. After NVIDIA, guys, we need to take a look. I already got that. I got that one too. Earnings play AMD. We got NVIDIA, Tesla. I got it. Okay, I got like what, 95% of the list done. So NVIDIA, yeah, let's take a look at this now, guys. Okay, gauge me here. Gauge me with what I'm saying. We're talking about downside on a few assets already. Okay, if you've been paying attention from the beginning of the stream until now, you're gonna notice a correlation between the price action that I'm kind of calling out. Right? We're looking at distribution first, and I'm talking about distribution on big assets and small ones. So if that's the case, we may see a red day tomorrow. Let me take a look at NVIDIA to see if it also meets that criteria. I will not tell you if it's going up. I'm not going to tell you it's going down. If it's going down, I'm not going to tell you it's going up. I'm going to be very clear about the immediate short term though, okay? What we're doing now does not mean that it's going to be reflective to the monthly time frame or the bi-monthly, nothing like that. We're observing the immediate short play. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at NVIDIA here and observe the price action. Hold on just a moment. Just a sec. Just a moment. Okay. So yeah, let's take a look at this on the 4-hour time frame and see what we have against momentum. NVIDIA, right? We're overbought. We're curling here, and we're still expanding. So if it expands with a downside, that's, we're hitting the gas to the downside. Take a look at this. Hourly time frame is still up there, consolidating at the very top. But look at your candles. You have this upside, 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 upside. And look at the size of them now. It's kind of showing that, this is a possible rising wedge, right? There could be immediate short-term downside. I'm not sure that it's going to be downside like it's going to be the end of everything in the world and we're all going to capitulate and go to hell, right? It's not like that. No. I have a feeling here that we're ready for a pullback. Now, if that's so far the thesis, then let's take a look at price action at a more granular level. A CoinFox saying BTC broke last week's low. It's actually leading towards that potential downside thesis that we have for the immediate short, right? So 15-minute time frame, take a look at this. Full contraction, downside pivot. 10-minute time frame, full contraction, we have downside pivot. Contraction is on linear volatility is referring to the disbursement of returns. So the frequency of returns have diminished to a critical low. Critical because we're printing these bars, these purple bars. For every 10-minute closing period that we get, you get a new bar printed below the 2%. So we are at critical disbursement low. If that's the case, the algorithm will naturally bring price action down because there's no attention, long or short. Baby, come in. Hi, honey. There's no attention, long or short, so we have to observe what the algorithm can do to entice retail. So if the algorithm is going to start dropping based on a critical contractive level on immediate short term, I'm talking about, look at this. Let's look at the 5-minute. So the 5-minute is showing a little bit of upside. What is that telling me? Immediate short term 883. We double top. 883 5-minute time frame, we draw down. So that's right. That's going to be that point. It's maybe even a little bit of a look above here, 886, 890. And then people are going to be like, oh my goodness, we're going to go. You get the liquidity trap. And then you start exercising the downside since we're at full contraction. Because there's not, that's just the way things work. So 10-minute time frame downside leads into the 15-minute time frame downside, cascades into the 30-minute time frame where you're already seeing the curvature happen. EMA 3 below the SMA 14 of Stoke. Hourly time frame is consolidating, right? It's already maxed on top. As soon as we start getting all those cascading times, then you're going to start noticing the curvature and price action come down and distribute. The distribution here can come down. You want to take your shoes off, baby? Okay, let's take them off. Sorry, you guys, my little boy here, my 4-year-old, is asking me to take his shoes off. Oh, you got it? Okay, good. I know those are spiky, right? Let me get your other shoe off. I got you. Those are spiky. Say it, spiky. There we go. Good job. Okay. So this is where your ATR would start to come into play. So if we have an ATR on NVIDIA is one of those heavier ones too, you guys, okay? Let's pull up the stats window, the data cells. So daily ATR is running at about $42 average true range. So that means around 840, right? So if we're looking at an 840 target, well, that comes up to a critical support, and that's the break of this double bottom, this little bit of a reaccumulation W pattern here, right? That's around 845 with a bottom side of about 842. It's not out of the question. Let me put the range in total. This is your pullback area, 834.26 to 845.57, around that edge there. We'll pull back into that zone and reaccumulate. If we start failing below the 834, that's going to send us to a critical support, 824. That 824 will be the validator, and I'll show you how. Let me get rid of these drawings. If you start failing an hourly closure, I would say an hourly 4-hour would definitely do it for me. You fail this bottom side here of the 834. You fall to an immediate short term right here. You fall to that immediate short term bounce. That's going to be the reason to bounce to the upside, but not to retrace all the way because you broke it. That would be to validate this resistance as a short entry. As soon as you get your validation here, this is going to be aggressive shorts entering, followed by another touch of this area, aggressive shorts take profit, aggressive short entry again. Then you get the downside here back to this area here, which is confluent to this candle here. You'll get that bounce from that zone at 814, validate critical resistance. As soon as you validate your 824, it's over. This is the danger of entering in this area long. Okay, do not do it. Do not do it. Okay, we have to be very vigilant upon playing short these areas. Okay, we're very close to tops as well, but in this area here, that's already big time resistance. Lots of resistance in this area. It's not likely that we'll come back up and beat it in the immediate short. I do think that we have a red day in Nvidia coming up, so we'll get a little bit of a pop, right? If it exceeds 883, sure, we can come up to 887, maybe even 890, and then get that liquidity grab and start playing the downside on this little by little. I'm expecting a red day overall, broader markets. Hi, baby. I love you, buddy. So that's how I'm observing the markets, team. Just know that there's a lot at stake here, and the earnings season will have a lot to do, or a lot to say over how this moves. What about data? What do we have coming up with data? Let's take a look at the economic calendar. Let's pull it up and see what we have in store. Okay, let's see. Let's do tomorrow. Okay, let's do the not high importance. It looks like we're almost free. Dallas Fed manufacturing. We have a 3-month bill auction, 6-month as well. We have a Treasury refunding finance. Okay, we have I don't see anything that's going to move the markets with utter conviction here. I think we're free as far as the economic calendar is concerned, which makes price action a little more true. So yeah, wait for the pullback into your tickers. Wait for the reaccumulation here, because we'll be able to potentially capitalize on a downside play. But if we can now take a look at the SPY and see if that kind of all correlates here, then I guess this would be the true tell. So let's take a look at the SPY daily time frame. I know I have a lot of. I just have to zoom in big time so that you can see what I'm observing. Let me get rid of some of these unneeded lines. I hate it when it's a mess. Okay. Always remember, right? Always remember, now that we've reaccumulated above this section here, this is your major inflection, the NVIDIA gap 503 on the SPY. It still serves and it's still valid. But now we're going to get rid of the downside targets in case we broke that. Right? Here we go. We met our targets of 509.75 to about 510.21 and even beyond, right? Right about there. We got the 510.21. This was our absolute top on the play. That was just I started I didn't know that we were going to continue that hard, but we really did reach the top side target. It was immense. So let's see what we have as far as this is what I mean. This downside here with a little bit of reaccumulation only states that we can have a short-term burst before validating resistances, and then essentially just finding resistance and then pullback. The SPY says Off-Grid Gorilla. My brother, it is absolutely so late on your end, man. I love you, buddy. Yeah, you know what? Cryptic Trader is saying this is a freaking weird earnings season. I gotta say yes, man. It's there's a lot of overseas tensions. There's a lot of Fed talk. So when we're getting this, when we're getting macro analysis combined with macro, world sentiment and potential misses and beats on the earnings, this is a huge indecision doji, a monthly spinning top. I wouldn't be surprised if the markets ended up finding a new all-time high and then wage price spiral based on all these outside metrics, man. So you don't want that to happen, right? Stagnation, right? Can't get stagflation. Can't get that. We already experienced it a bit. We already experienced a bit of that in the earlier season. So man, we can't look at that. You don't want that. But you still have the higher for longer going on, and you still have the Fed. You know, they're not quite hawkish, not quite dovish. I don't know what I'm looking at. I'm looking at trading the immediate short-term ranges. The markets are becoming a scalper's paradise, and I will have to favor the trend, right? I will have to favor your immediate trends, especially when trading short-term options contracts and stuff like that, right? You do you, but it's showing that there could be very little movers that have macro moves, and honestly, that tends to favor mid caps and small caps in general. So, but for now, let's take a look at the SPY movement, and specifically in the weekly time frame. I want to take a look at this on the larger time frame to experience something called divergences. Let's pull this up and see what's good. Okay. So we have the new weekly opening coming up, and we definitely got an upside. So this means continuation to the upside. What I will say is that there is a critical resistance at the gravitational zone on the RSI right at the overbought level. Hold on. I'm talking macro here, okay? Let me take a look at our pivots. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Okay. I'm going to share with you. This doesn't have anything to do with this week. This has everything to do with maybe the month, maybe by the next, maybe up to a month, maybe bi-weekly, I think. Okay, but there is a very, very tiny signal here. And this is this pivot low. It's making a lower low in price action. This is a phantom drive of bullish divergence. Yep. Okay. Let me just make sure that I get it tight, right? The value. Okay, good. So that's our value here. We're getting a lower low, and it's validated of phantom bullish divergence on this, right? We're getting a push to the upside, but you are in the gravitational zone on the weekly. This is clean a pullback area. Just like here. You go into the gravitation, you got your bullish divergence upside, and you have a dispersion here. You have a disbursement, right? Complete negative, complete delta negative. So that can show that we may have very immediate short-term upside before experiencing a rejection again. We're in a very critical zone here with a validated bullish. This could be a little bit of a bull trap, a little bit for a short term. For the immediate short, we'll come back potentially to around 58 and a quarter and then bounce to the upside again. Overall, in the next, there's got to be something to oppose this, but there is upside still in the markets. I'm not sure why, but whatever that is, it's being shown. But I will say this. We have it. The weekly Stokes are way too hot. Weekly Stokes are way too hot, and we're contracting on a weekly. Okay. Let me look at the daily time frame. Let me see. Damn. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we have a hidden bullish divergence in the daily as well. I will show you how. This is a lower low on momentum. This is a higher low on price action. There is a good chance that, again, look at this. We're entering the gravitational zone on the opposing side. Just like here. Just like here and here. You'll bounce back into that gravitation and pull back. And as we're reaching these critical resistances, yeah, I think we test again. I think we test 510. And then we drop. And it may happen during it may happen during Euro hours. So if it does happen during Euro hours, we may open up, gapped up just a little bit. And usually when you open up gapped up, you know what happens. We pull back to close it. That's what I'm observing here for the markets, okay, team? I do think that we're going to double top in the early pre-market, giving some more off of this bullish divergence that was already printed. This is your hidden bullish divergence. So, yeah, I do think that we get a little bit of upside on the SPY, resist that 510, pull back, and potentially come back to the prior day's open or low, 506.42 to 505. Failing that, there's a gap. There's a gap here in the daily. I would be surprised if we failed to 505, but there could be a full-on retracement to 503.10 after we get the upside first. Off-Grid Gorilla saying SPY currently at 509.93 in the man. Okay, great. So the thesis is proving correct. We're talking about a 510.21 total top side. We'll get the resistance at this in the Euro hours, right? We'll pull back from this area, double top it, tweezer, and then get the downside in the immediate short term. Chad, my brother, dude, I hope you're doing okay. I hope the hospital is treating you well. Dude, the head injury, bro, I'm so happy to see you here in the team. Are you back? Are you okay? Are we ready to trade again or what? Okay. All right, good. Well, dude, you let me know, and I'll support you in any way I can. If you need me to repeat some plays to you, I will voice them in the phone for you. All right, so you just let me know, buddy. I got you. All right, so that's currently the thesis, team. I think that we get a little bit of a pump to the upside, which Off-Grid Gorilla is telling me that it's already in play. And if we face a pullback from that 510, maybe even 511, you know how it can go with those wicks, then we'll probably open up slightly gapped up in the AM, and then the trailing would lead to a continuation to the downside. So I overall, let me take a look at momentum. Hold on. Yeah, that would be, because we're not looking at 24-hour price. 5 minutes, 10-minute time frame was a little top, but the 15 minutes still showed upside. The 30-minute likely got that upside too. Hourly time frame, I'm not sure that it'll get there. So now as we're diving into your 2, 3, and 4, I'm observing this here. I'm observing stochastics, right? I want to see how that looks like in cascading time. Sorry, from the hourly to the 2, 3, and 4, and 8. We have a short-term pullback. And I'm not sure if it's going to be a day long, but we have a short-term pullback. And this is set to continue to the upside into maybe Tuesday and Wednesday. The bullish divergence did kind of play out. And I guess we do have some bullish divergence in play. Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday, we're looking at 512, 513s. If we start closing positive above those and we come back into the 510s to validate support, holy crap, I don't know, man. There's going to have to be a fundamental reason to stop price action, but this could go into the 518s, 520s. I don't know why it would, but it's still kind of showing that we may actually get that. Divergence drives in the major timeframes are showing that potential, and if we're going to practice this inverse head and shoulders on a 12, let me just take a look at what the measured move can be on a formation like that. Let's see. Right, you have your shoulder, you have your head, you have your shoulder over here, and this is then going back to another inverse head and shoulders that was already invalidated. But with a wick like this, could it show further upside? I can't say that it will or it won't, because again, anything in the macro markets could turn this around. There is some upside being shown here, but there's also declining volume. Guys, what I'm going to tell you right now is that price action may not be the clearest for an upside. It is supporting one, but my discretion is kind of not really favoring it because of what's happening in the world. Okay, so and we react negatively to things like that over the world. So if something is said at any moment, this upside thesis can be invalidated at literally any second, overnight, whenever. I'm not sure that we can get a continuation that far up, team. If we are getting a continuation, let's just combat the 510, break above the 510, support the 510, continue into the 512 to 513 area as resistance, and then we'll look. Because what I can tell you is that while there is a lot of, controversy and indecisiveness, we may very well enter this zone here and stay here, even though we have divergences and whatever else. Right? And just so I'm not confused later, I'll just put it up like that. Okay, so that's gonna be the next thing. In equities, risk on assets, when we break into levels and then consolidate for too long, that usually plays out negative. Otherwise known as the top peak of or the previous support. Yeah, we'll get you some more, baby. Of the previous support of in a Wyckoff reaccumulation phase. That would be the pullback zone. I don't follow Wyckoff, but if you start to look at your reaccumulation phases, this is oddly familiar. Okay, so this is one here, and that usually presents a pullback. I don't believe in Wyckoff, and I don't believe in Elliott. I believe in raw price action and data. Okay, so if we are getting supported for something like that, team, just wait for it. Do not make any rash decisions now. I know it's going to be really juicy, but I do expect a pullback into tomorrow, and maybe a short-term one, maybe down to 504, 505. If we get a further pullback, maybe 503, but it's still, I'm still seeing an upside nonetheless. Off-Grid Gorilla saying SPY has been trying for 510 since the night market open today. Highest it keeps rejecting at 509.93. That's what I'm betting on. That's what I'm betting on for the immediate short. We get another pullback from that 510 and then this thing, or 509s, right? And potentially find some type of support, local support, and bounce into a consolidation phase. Now, the People's J is saying the SPY getting rocked right now. He wants some more chips, though. Oh, he's hungry. We can bring it in here. Sorry, you guys. The SPY getting rocked right now. People's J, what do you mean? Is it we're finding lower targets now, or what? Let's take a look at the 24-hour and see how it's behaving. Man. You guys hear it in my voice. I've been talking for so long. Let's see. 509.86. Yeah. Oh, man. It's consolidating up there. Oh, you're talking about the JPY. Sorry. The yen. 509.86 in the 24 hours. We're holding. Okay. I think if we what was the close of the 12? It's 508 or the day. Let me see. Yeah, 508. 508.69. Yeah, that would have let me see. $1 p.m. on Thursday. This is 1 a.m. Friday, and this would be 1 p.m. That could be a liquidity grab at 509s. It's half the ATR, so 50% up. It's, if it's really expressing a 30% to 50% ATR, that could be the liquidity grab, and this could start declining. From there, it's a little too early to tell, but just to kind of put things into perspective. But I will tell you, I will not. One of my biggest mistakes as a trader is fighting the trend. So I will have to keep my mind as open as possible here, because I'm partially bearish, but the immediate short term partially bearish, but the weekly and the maybe even 2 to 3 weeks are showing some potential upside. So I will have to maintain an open mind despite the negative economy, the crappy economy, and the world issues. So I'm gonna leave you with that, team. Okay, just know that it's one huge spinning top for me right now. It's indecisive, and it's gonna be a little bit of a tough day to trade. But know that earnings will have a lot to say about that. AVGO, it's a giant. Nvidia is a giant. They're showcasing a potential downside. That may be the reason why we get some potential distribution for the immediate short term. Please consider joining the ARCa Bulls trading team by hitting that link in the chat. And always remember, team, always remember that I'm extending my beginners trading program for just, I'm actually consolidating it down to a 4 to 5 week program. And then that's going to segue into strategies mentorship and so on. ArcMastersCourse at gmail.com. And I'll send you the syllabus and all the disclaimer and all pertinent information. But I appreciate everybody for coming out today, team. I love you all. If any questions, you know where to reach me, and we'll get this thing on the road, right? But I'm gonna go ahead and sign out here, team, and we'll speak in the AM. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for coming on by, and we shall talk very, 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 very soon. Later, guys. Please take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy, sell, or hold any assets whatsoever. Let's get a promo going on this, man. And I'm also going to share with you what the stats said as far as the... I didn't even get to close it, man. 46 votes came in. I love you guys. I'll catch you in the AM mañana. Adios, team. $76% said, yeah, do the video. Do the stats video on FNGR. Love you guys.